Hey there YouTube, we are at a new Hipcamp spot, new to me anyways, cooking some steaks. There's Ricky looking away from the steaks because he wants them so bad he can't even bear to look at them. I don't know. There's a camper up there. This is a unique Hipcamp spot because there's a cabin on the same property. Now you can rent both of these together, the cabin and the RV pad if you want, but two different people can't rent them. So when you rent the space, you're not going to be sharing it with anybody else. I just rented the RV pad. I don't need the cabin. It's a different sort of place I'm staying at here right now. But let me focus on these steaks. The sun's already going down here now, so I don't know if I'll be able to give you a tour tonight or not, but I will as soon as I can. Let me focus on these steaks. I'll be back to you in a little bit. So I celebrate Ricky's birthday on April 1st, April Fool's Day. I don't know when his birthday really is. I know it was in April sometime. He was just a puppy that people found out in the woods with a litter of other puppies. So sometime in April he was born. April 1st is when I do it. I'm telling you all that to tell you that there's no way I could eat two of these steaks myself. I could eat just about anything. I'm a big fat pig half the time. But these steaks are huge. Each one's as big as my hand. So he's going to get, I don't know if I'll give him an entire steak for himself, but he'll probably be getting about half of one of these mixed in with his dog food. It's kind of like a late birthday celebration because I didn't do anything for his birthday a couple days ago. It's April 5th, I think, right now. I got potatoes and onions in here. Got a few minutes on these steaks. Let me just give you a pan around. Right up there, you might see a gate. I'm gonna walk down that driveway later on, but that's where you come in. And right on the other side of that gate is a road. And it's getting a little bit later. It's not very busy right now, but when I came in here at about 5 o'clock, every 5 seconds there was a car zooming by there. There's a couple houses up there too. So this is not the most remote place, but at least the space is all mine. I'm not sharing it with anybody else. And it's really just on that side that things are a little bit streetwise, I guess. There's the cabin there. There's like a utility building. Then everything to the right down over this hill is just wooded. There's a cliff right over there, some rocks you could climb on. And you can see it's all wooded around here and all the way back here. What a good looking dog. You ever look at your dog and just say, man, that's a good looking dog. He's a classic looking farm dog. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much what we got around here. There's not a whole lot of room around or anything right here. Got a little bit of space here, I guess, but this is not a very level spot either. I didn't have trouble getting my camper level, but I couldn't put it in the position I wanted. I'm going to tell you more about that later. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, and these steaks are just about done anyways. Oh boy, look at that steak. He wants it, huh? He wants that steak. Got to put some dog food in there first. I put the dog food on top, so he's got to work to get the steak. All right, kid. Whoa, where's it going to go? It's going to go right over here now. Okay, you ready? You ready? All right. There you go. Look at him chowing down. Well, let me tell you where I'm at. This Hipcamp spot is called RV Pad with Hot Tub, Wi-Fi, Full Hookups. That's the name of the place. It doesn't say much about the location in the title, but it does tell you what you have here. And you do have a hot tub, Wi-Fi, and full hookups. But to give you an idea of the location, I'm not going to give you the address, obviously. You'll get that if you book the place. It's just right outside of Tracy City, Tennessee. Like literally 5 minutes away from the historic area of Tracy City. And Tracy City is a really nice little town. It's called Tracy City, but it's nowhere near a city. I mean, it's a small town. But it's a small town that's got a couple restaurants, Dollar General, you know, gas stations, and all the stuff that you would basically need. If you need any essentials, you can get it at Tracy City. I just had lunch at a place. We got it to go. Hank's Corner Grill was the name of it. And I got a pizza from there, and my goodness was this pizza good. There's some attractions around here. There's an off-highway vehicle, an off-road park. There's some historic locations and sites and things like that. But really, I think that the majority of people that would come here are going to come here for South Cumberland State Park. Big giant state park that's spread out all over the place, and most notably is Fiery Gizzard. I don't know why it's called Fiery Gizzard, but that's the name of it. And we just got done hiking there. We hiked about 12 miles today. Lots of people because it's a Saturday, but man, what a beautiful place. Tons of waterfalls and things to explore and just beautiful nature all around. This whole Fiery Gizzard place is just it's a majestic sort of place. And really, I think that's the main draw. I think there's nothing wrong with this Hipcamp site. It's perfectly fine. It's adequate. But no one's going to come here just for this place that I'm parked right now. I think if you're coming here, you're probably coming here because you want to do some of the outdoor stuff. So this is a good place if you don't want to stay at a normal campground and you want a site all to yourself, because you want to be in close proximity to Fiery Gizzard. It was like 7 or 8 miles, not even. I don't think it was even that far. It took me like a little over 10 minutes to get there from the campsite this morning. So when you pull into this place, here's the road that you come in on. And it is not an incredibly busy road, but you're definitely in close proximity to the road. You can see my trailer right down there. So you'll hear cars. A couple dogs are barking, but they kind of just stopped barking around 8 or 9 o'clock. So that wasn't really much of an issue either. You got a gate here when you come in. It's locked with a code. You'll get the code when you reserve the place. So just be mindful of that. I'm just going to sneak it on around the side of the gate here now. And then you'll see when you pull off that road, there's enough space. I mean, you probably got about 50 or 60 feet, maybe. I don't know. But there's enough space to pull and be off the road to come here and deal with the gate. You know, you're not stuck holding up traffic on that road, if there were to be traffic anyways. And then just to give you a pan around here, this site's it's all sloped, quite honestly. So it's downhill. It doesn't look very much like downhill, I think, from the camera's point of view, but it is downhill. I didn't have particular trouble getting my camper level, but I think if you had a longer camper, it might be quite a bit difficult getting it in a position here. They have a nice, pretty big fire pit here. This is where I was cooking those steaks yesterday evening. And there's a wagon for some reason, I guess maybe to get firewood possibly. A neat little springy bench, and then a nice big round picnic table. And basically that's the RV pad. I'm going to show you more of that in just a second. There's a hot tub behind that, and then like I mentioned last night, there is a cabin here. It's a pretty nice cabin. I can't really see through the windows, but if you look on Hipcamp, there's pictures of the inside. And I guess that's really another reason why you might like this place. Not just the proximity to like Fiery Gizzard, but if you wanted to have like a family, maybe some of your family stays in a cabin, some of the family stays in a camper. It's kind of a neat arrangement. You could rent them together if you're all part of the same party, but there'll never be a situation where, you know, some strangers are staying in the cabin and there's some other strangers staying in the camper out front. You know what I mean? And then there's like a utility building here. Again, I can't see inside, but I think there's probably like a washer and dryer or something like that inside there. So here's the thing with this RV pad. What you're looking at here is perfectly level, but it's like designed for like a teardrop, a very small trailer. I used to have a little hiker trailer that I liked quite a bit. And that little trailer would have fit on there just perfect. That would have been ideal. And it's right next to that hot tub. So I guess that's another reason too. If you're looking for a place that has a hot tub, you got that here. I don't even know if I've ever been in a hot tub. I think maybe when I was a kid sometime. I'm not a hot tub guy. So if you're not towing a little teardrop trailer, I mean, that thing's only like probably 5 or 6 feet wide, then you're gonna kind of have to put your trailer here where I'm at. Or possibly over here in this dirt section, but again, you can't see it on camera. This dirt section is not level at all. It slopes this ways quite a bit. And then you got some trees to deal with backing in there. It might be tight for some people. So I put my trailer here, which is a bit more level, but geez, I don't know. I'm trying not to be so negative, because the reality is that everything I'm going to tell you was very clearly explained in the listing. Like, there's no surprises here. Whenever you look at the Hipcamp listing, it tells you that you're going to need really long extensions to get over to your, you know, your water, your sewage, and your electric. they made that very clear. They made it very clear that that RV pad is very narrow, so it's made for smaller trailers. So there's no surprises, but the trick is that you got full hookups here. You got your sewage and everything, but I can't get my sewage to reach there. This thing I'm showing you, this is where your sewage connection is. So your sewage connection is right down there, the white one. Don't touch the red one. There's a lot of rules about that. I don't know what's in that red one. There could be nuclear waste or something in that red one, but the white one is the one you need to use for your sewage. At any rate, there's no way to reach that. It's also a bit peculiar that it's there, and then there's a fence all around it. So you'd kind of have to drape your sewage hose over that, which doesn't work, or just run it through here where the opening of this little fenced-in area is. And then that means you got, I don't know, 6 foot. And then from here all the way up to my trailer, I've got 2 sewer hoses connected together, and I was maybe halfway to reaching it. You probably would need like 40 foot of sewer hose to get all the way down here if you're parked here. Now, if you were to try to back in on this hill or something like that, where these roots are and everything, maybe, but I don't think you're going to want to do that. So I kind of think where my trailer is at is probably the most appropriate place to put it. And the sewer hoses aren't going to reach unless you've got some, you know, massive sort of like 4 of them. If you had 4 of them, it'd probably work. And then the other thing that was not tricky for me, because this trailer is only 17 foot. It's very maneuverable. It's one of the things I like most about it. But, you know, you come in forward here. You can't really back down here because of the road, right? So I came in forward, and then I pulled in down here in this hill, almost down into the grass, and then I was able to kind of scoop my way back this ways, go back into that dirt a little bit, and then pull all the way forward, kind of where my truck is at now, and then back the trailer in place. So you kind of have to do like a 5-point turn down here. If you've got a really long trailer, this is not going to probably work for you. You know, like I said, 17 foot, and I'm fine. There must be like somebody here must have had a cat or something at one time, because there's like a pet door there. And boy, does he want to sniff inside that. This is that utility building. So yeah, I mean, this place is all right. It's fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Would I come here again? Probably not, unless I was just really into doing a Fiery Gizzard trail again. But let's walk down here a little bit, because it is pretty. It's a nice spot for the most part. It's adequate. I think the problem is that I'm comparing it to so many more beautiful places I've stayed in Tennessee. Like, I've stayed at some fantastic Hipcamp spots, like $1 million level great places that I've adored. So, you know, where this is fine otherwise. You got a hammock here. There's like a well. This is probably a fake well. I would assume it's fake. Yeah, it looks fake. Decorative well. And then you come down here, there's kind of sort of like a little trail behind everything. The listing says that you've got 8 acres here. I'm not sure how accessible all 8 acres are in reality though, because there's really no well-defined trails anywhere. So come on down here. And then there's this big rock that kind of like looks out over. And you can climb up here if you want. I'll go up there and I'll show you what it looks like from the top. Some kind of neat little cave underneath that rock. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, when I came in and I was trying to connect my sewer to that little spot where I showed you the sewer connections, there was a black racer snake in there. And I love snakes, so I don't mind that at all. It made my day finding that snake in there. So I guess I'm just telling you that because this is kind of a snaky spot. And I'm sure there's snakes in there. And there's all these rocks down around here, and down trees and piles of firewood and all this kind of debris and stuff like that. This is Snake City. If I was a snake, I'd love to live here. All right, so I'm up here on that rock now, just to kind of give you perspective of what you got to look at. It's a pretty nice view. There's a lot of trees in the way, but that's just the problem with Tennessee in general. There's too many trees in Tennessee. We got some storms coming in tonight, and it's quite windy up here. But anyways, this is there's like a little creek down there at the bottom, and you can see there's some more big rock outcroppings around. So it is a pretty neat place. I guess you could make your way down there, but like I said, it's not. The other thing about this that was a bit of a bummer is there's no place to walk your dog. That road up there has no berm on the side, so you're just taking your life in your hands because people are driving really fast on that road. And all you've kind of got is around the camper. And if there is 8 acres here, there's no cleared path to use anywhere. So that's not the biggest problem, I suppose. Let me get down there before I get blown off of this rock. The cabin is really nice. There's a nice little porch swing here. And I suppose if you're renting the place, you could use that porch swing. Let's see if it'll let me sit on it without busting the whole thing down. I gained some weight over the winter time. I'll lose it again. There's a dead deer face there, and there's a gun there. Carpenter bee trap. Yeah, this swing is nice. I could be down with this. This is all right. And the wind actually feels good right now. So yeah, this cabin is cool. And I think if you're looking for a cabin, this might just be a good place. If you want to do all this stuff in this area and you don't have a camper, well, you're probably not watching this video, but something else to mention, there's quite a few lights around here that are all automatic. Like spotlights, there's lights over there, there's a porch light that's always on at night. And it doesn't bother me in the camper or anything like that, but it, and you see the lights from those houses up there. You can see the house, there's a house there. And then right across the road, there's another house there. They all have their lights on and stuff. So you're not going to be able to see many stars here. This would not be the place for stargazing. So I figured I'd tell you that too. So anyways, that's that. That is the Hipcamp spot. I've already forgot the name of it. I forget what it's called. It's called RV Hookups with RV site with water and full hookups and a hot tub or something. I think that's the title. I don't know. They should call it something like, I don't know, like Hobbs Hill or like Tracy City Outpost or something like that. Something remarkable that would make people think more about it. But at any rate, that's all I got to tell you about it. This place is fine. And I think, like I said, the draw, if you want a place that's near Fiery Gizzard or near Tracy City, and you don't want to stay at a regular campground, you want a site all to yourself, then this would be a perfect candidate for that type of person. Or if you want a cabin along with an RV pad, then this would be ideal. So thanks for watching this video. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.